Cheers, mate. What's up, guys? My name is Kiana. You guys can call me Key if you like. I am an interior designer and decorator based out of Atlanta, Georgia. And today we are going to be doing just a little chat with me while I do some laundry. I'm not gonna blabber or talk anymore. Let's get right into it. Where should we start? This is very kind of like go with the flow type vibes. We'll just start with how I've been. I don't know if you guys have seen my video when it might be my actual first video that I posted on this channel. And that video is of me basically talking about my design business, how I got my first job kind of in the field of design, and an internship as well that I started. So we'll start with the internship. Long story short, I'm no longer at that firm. Just to keep it short, I'm no longer there. I stopped going there, it was last year sometime, around December of 2023, I would say. It was a bit upsetting just because, like I talked about in my previous video, it was something that I found a lot of joy in and was enjoying, being able to shadow and intern under a design firm that was local and whose style I liked and I appreciated and liked the people that worked for that firm. I am currently just putting my energy into my business. Outside of work, I'm trying to work on marketing. I just recently got some business cards for my business. I just recently finished a project that I've been posting shorts about. If you haven't seen any of those shorts, that was our first, me and my husband, that was our first project together, and I really enjoyed that a lot. It definitely taught me patience, and the main thing that it taught me as far as design was to be okay with everything not being perfect. As much as I am not a perfectionist, when it comes to design, I'm learning that I need every detail to be on key. Like how I envision it, it needs to execute and turn out that way. For one, life doesn't work that way. And for two, again, there's gonna be setbacks and things that don't always work the way you want it. I had a lot of fun doing it, even in the midst of the setbacks and frustrations. And I've expressed a lot of that throughout the clips and videos of the project. So again, if you guys haven't seen the final results of those projects, I've posted shorts and also just the process from start to finish. Those are full-length videos that are up. If you want to go take a look at that, I will link that as well. So yeah, just mainly working on my business and growing it and staying focused. That's the main thing, trying to stay focused and just trusting God and His timing throughout this. As much as I can be frustrated with where I am and feeling like I'm stagnant or like I'm not growing or like moving in the direction in the time span that I would like, it's tough, and that's human nature to try to take everything into your own hands and make things happen. But it comes to a point where we as humans, we can only do so much. We can't play God. We can't try to control, I guess, our narrative or how our life plays out in a sense. We do play a part in that based on the decisions we make, but ultimately it's all up to God. And so I'm trying to just trust Him in that and just know that as long as I'm doing what I need to be doing, giving 110% in my craft, in my workspace where I am now, God's gonna work the rest out, and He's gonna move me when it's time to move. He's gonna grow me and elevate and take me to places I never could have ever imagined. But ultimately, trust in God. School. So school right now is The semester is wrapping up. Classes ended about, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago. Waiting on my results of my classes, and I've already enrolled for next semester, so hopefully I can get in. Everything goes smoothly with the process of finishing up my classes, but it was a struggle, and so I am very, I guess you could say, anxious to find out, you know, my grades. As much as I hate that it's online and wish it were in person, I have to work with what I got. I can't be a full-time student and just go to a university, and because I have a job, and so, but school is going well, I would say. Projects that I have coming up are the project that we've been working on, that I've uploaded clips about, and showing the full reveal of the bathroom. There's another project with that coming up. I'm not sure if it's gonna be within this year. It may, which I've already kind of prepared for if it just kind of happens. It's gonna be here before we know it, whether it's in the next 2 months or in January, in the new year. This year's flying by, so that's a project I'm looking forward to for sure, because I already have my vision for it and I know it's gonna look so beautiful. I have some potential things coming up. I don't want to necessarily speak on it right now until I'm actually in it and it's happening. So I potentially have 2 other things coming up, but I'm just gonna sit on it, pray on it, trust God in it, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm okay. A little bit about me. I am one of 6 children. I am the second oldest. I have a brother that is older than me, and then there's me, and then I have 3 brothers under me and a sister who's the youngest. Me and my sister, I've always wanted a sister, first of all. That was always something that I begged my mom for, is to have a little sister, and she gave me one. We are like 6 years apart. I believe she's 23. She turned 24. So yeah, she turned 24. She's about 6 years younger than me. Yeah, 6 years younger than me. And she is by far my best friend. Growing up, we weren't super close just because of the age gap. I always found myself basically taking care of her because I was at an age where I could take care of, not fully take care of, just like help my mom out and my dad with her, and like I would help change her diaper and different things like that. And so yeah, growing up we weren't super close due to our age gap. It wasn't until probably her senior year in college, to be honest, where we kind of got close and started to talk more often. And then when she graduated from college and got her master's is when we were like super close, like best friend. Like she tells me everything, I tell her everything, and we're just a lot closer, and I love my sister to death. I know she would do anything for me and I would do anything for her. My brothers, they're my brothers. I mean, what can I say? I grew up with 4 boys in the house, and so I love my brothers to death as well. We're not as close as me and my sister are. We just have more of a connection. Obviously, we're 2 girls and 4 boys, and so we've hung in there together, been through the trenches, through the battles of having brothers, 4 brothers at that. And my parents live in Georgia as well. They're great. They just recently came back from Paris, seeing my youngest brother actually in the Olympics. And that is just a whole nother story in itself. Like, I am so beyond proud of him for his accomplishments, not just his accomplishments, but how he represents Christ, and just the motivation that I know he gives to so many young people, so many athletes, so many people struggling to figure out life in this crazy world and faith, and he just represents Christ in everything he does. He's unashamed to proclaim God, and I just love that about him. And it literally brought me to tears after he won silver at the track and field Olympics this year. Thinking about it just brings me so much joy. But yeah, that's just a little bit about my family. I am married to my husband of 7 years. He's amazing, my best friend. Like, we've been through some trials, but God has, brought us through. God is continuing to grow us, to strengthen us. Like, he's my ride or die, my support, my everything. And I thank him so much for his support. He can tell when I'm frustrated, like when I'm angry, when I'm starting to get an attitude. He just kind of levels me out and calms me down. And I love you, babe, and I appreciate you so much if you're watching this video. That's mi familia, and I love them. They're such a great support system. And my goal is to ultimately be able to, one, save for me and my husband's future family, but also give back to my family and be able to help them. I guess I can kind of talk about design for a little bit. Some struggles that I faced so far in design, I would say, is knowing my worth. At the beginning of this year, 2024, I had my first client, first official, like under my business name, Skip Haven Interiors, first client. I was so excited. She was a sweet lady. She was ready to use me and have me on board. And so with first client comes first experiences, first trials, first a lot of things. And so I definitely lowered my value just to get a client. Should have stayed true to my worth and my pricing. It's very easy to get in a mindset of lowering your prices just to get a client, just to build your resume. And I don't say that to say that it's not okay to do free design services to build up like your portfolio, to show for any design firm or if you're applying to a job. But if you're gonna charge somebody a price, charge them the price of your skills, of what you know you can do. And that's something that I would have changed. And that for me was a part of not being patient in the process. Another thing that I definitely knew that I needed to include on my contract, just from the experience with my first client, was to emphasis on the client not making purchases without me, the designer's approval. And I don't mean approval like telling them, no, you can't spend your money, but if a client comes to me with a specific style in mind, say they wanted a modern style, say their house is very traditional inside and they want to modernize it, clean cut lines, updated appliances, furniture, things like that. I need for the client to understand that if you're hiring me, that means you wanted my help. You wanted my opinion on everything in the home, including finishes, furniture, window treatments, colors, everything. And so it's important to not make purchases that could go against that, if that makes sense. And also to not make changes to the design without approval. I don't want to come into your home taking photos of my work and that be a part of it and showing something that I didn't choose connected to my name. Not that it was ugly, it just wasn't a part of what we communicated about, what we decided on, what I chose for your space. And so it just kind of throws it off a little bit. I think one major beginner trial that you face, not even with design, but starting any business, being an entrepreneur in general, is growing your business. Continue at it, be consistent, trust God, and also use your other platforms, Instagram, TikTok, if you have those, Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Use those platforms to market your brand, to put ads out there. Continue at it. It can be tough, but just keep going. It's gonna all work out how it is planned to work out. If you guys want me to go more in detail on just my design business, please be sure to leave those comments in the comments section below, and I will try to make a video for you guys. I'm trying to do more content that I don't typically see on design, outside of obviously designing or furnishing a place. Just more knowledgeable things. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really do. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate your time and for subscribing to this channel. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up again and subscribe if you haven't. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.